Hey guys, Andreas here, and judging by the title, yep, you guessed it, it's about regretting going to medical school. Now, this title is kind of a little bit of a catfish because these aren't my words, right? I've heard the statement of I regret going to med school from both current medical students and current doctors, right? And the audience I'm trying to speak to right now is those who maybe are in pre-med or thinking about becoming a doctor, who have maybe heard this statement and are discouraged from becoming a doctor and going on to med school, and also those who might be currently in medical school and feel like they regret going to med school, right? And I'm here to rebuttal this statement. Now, what I've learned throughout the years is that people who usually do regret going to med school are those who might think that the workload is too hard while they're in school. They might regret going to med school because they don't think that the money involved in being a doctor, when you're a doctor, is adequate enough. And also people might regret going to med school because they're not happy while in med school, right? And I'm here to kind of like combat all those different reasons why people might not think that going to med school is the best choice. So one of the most common reasons that I hear people saying on why they regret going to med school is that they believe that all the studying and all the hours spent reading is so taxing and so hard on the brain that it made them kind of like regret their life decisions of going to med school, right? And being that I'm a second-year med school student, I can honestly say that, yeah, med school is hard. I mean, I found myself studying 10, 12 hours a day, right? Sometimes it feels impossible, but at the end of the day, I gotta put my head down and put my best foot forward and try my best, right? It's really important to understand that whether you want to be a doctor, whether you want to be a teacher, whether you want to be a plumber, that in life, if you want to be successful in any field that you're at, you need to work hard. I mean, you can ask anyone who's ever been successful in life, and they're going to tell you, yeah, I worked hard, right? So why should it be any different when you want to be a doctor? And the fact is that becoming a doctor is one of those rare fields that no matter how long you've been doing it for, there's no perfect doctor. No doctor's going to tell you, yeah, I've mastered my field. But at the end of the day, becoming a doctor is a lifelong of learning because there's always new operations, there's always new procedures, there's always new ideas and new science coming out, and there's different ways to treat patients that as a doctor, as a future physician, you need to just accept the fact that, yeah, this is a lifelong learning experience and I will never be the best at it, but what I can do is I can try to be the best at it, right? So you might sit there and say, oh my God, I'm studying so hard, I'm missing my brother's birthday, I'm missing my cousin's wedding, and you might like engulf yourself in self-pity because you're studying so hard. But at the end of the day, right, the time you're spending on those books, you're taking that time and you're using it to extend the lives of future patients that you're going to have, right? So you're sacrificing your own time to extend the lives of others, right? And if you're not motivated by that, then yeah, I would regret going to med school too. But that should be all the motivation you need to power you through that experience, that like torture on your brain, learning the Krebs cycle 30 times. At the end of the day, no one loves to study. But if you have that mind state that, yeah, I'm doing this today to extend the lives, to allow someone to live tomorrow, then that's all the motivation you need to power through that. The next reason that I've heard doctors tell me that going to med school is not worth it, or they regret going to med school, is that the money's not good enough, right? And I'm here to tell you, don't become a doctor for the money. Don't become a doctor for the money, and don't become a doctor for the money. But at the end of the day, if you're doing it for the money, you're going to be miserable. I mean, there's other ways to make money in life, so but why make money in a way that you're not passionate about, right? And that whole money situation, I mean, yeah, most doctors are very well off. My dad's in a car club, and we go to like car meets all the time, and the only guys who have Bugattis and all that are the doctors, right? And I've seen doctors that don't live a good lifestyle, right? So it's all about your work ethic, how hard you studied, I guess. But at the end of the day, don't become a doctor for the money because you're going to be miserable. So yeah, the last reason why I heard people regret going to med school is because their mom wanted them to be a doctor, their family wanted them to be a doctor, they had like pressure to become a doctor, and at the end of the day, they regret going to med school, right? And the reason for this is that as soon as stuff starts to get hard, they know that they're not in med school for themselves. So what they do is they blame others, right? They call their moms, they're like, yeah, I told you I didn't want to do this is your fault, whatever, and they kind of look for excuses. But if you go to med school under the intrinsic motivation that, yeah, I'm doing this because I want to help people, I'm doing this for all the right reasons, then you're never going to find yourself in situations where as soon as you face adversity, you're blaming someone else. You're going to be able to fight through that adversity, and you're going to be the best doctor that you can be, right? So don't be a doctor because your mom wants to be a doctor. Don't be a doctor because your dad's a doctor, or your mom's a doctor, and they're pressuring you to become a doctor. No. Become a doctor because that's what you want to do. You want to help people. You want to help make this world a better place. And I guarantee you, whatever adversity you meet in life, whatever adversity you're going to meet in med school, as a resident, whatever, you're going to be able to power through it. and nothing's been able to stop you, all right? But if you do it for other reasons other than yourself, it's gonna be a roller coaster. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please comment below any other topics you want me to talk about. Give this video a like, all right? See you guys next week.